All I can
We
see.
can always move this table this way too.
Hey, but we can see Wilson's head.
Yeah.
No, you can take Wilson.
Wilson doesn't need a head.
This
Wilson, Wilson always says he's invisible. Or what do you say, Wilson? No.
every time I look in the camera, I always think Wilson's is on this side of you, and not on that side.
Okay, Nava, you come sit here. Nava, she's stepping on the Bible. Nava, don't put the Bible on the floor.
Not me.
Oh, you just dropped the Bible. Why is the Bible? Wilson, you put the Bible over there on the floor?
Nope. I don't
Or
know
you
about
got
that.
the Bible? Get the Wilson, put the Bible over there.
Oh, yeah.
Can't see the Bible. Yeah, those two pieces of Bible are rich Bibles.
No, this is not hard.
It's hot.
Thank you, Wilson.
You're welcome. Thank you, Wilson. See here.
He ripped it. That's why I tell him thank you.
That's my car one too. That's one of those my car. Okay. I think we're ready. Okay, dismiss. We don't want to see that every time. There's Nava. There's Nava. Kenny, I can't see your head.
That's because you scoot your body over.
Yeah. Scoot just a little bit.
Scoot your body
But
over.
Scoot towards,
Scoot towards our head.
yeah.
I'm gonna wait,
I can
Ben.
still see you.
There's Ben. Get up!
Get up or else I can miss your bend.
Wilson, get up.
I'm sitting in a invisible chair.
Are y'all ready?
Nope.
Sorry guys, this camera's weird. It's like super zoomed
Super
in.
low.
And we really can't go back any further. But we can stand up.
Please sit
And we can sit down.
Please sit down.
Yes, okay. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Alright. So we haven't been here for a very long time, which is, I'm gonna say it's my fault, but 2 weeks ago, we just spent time with just our family, and then last week, I didn't have a voice, so then we didn't do last week. So this week, start all afresh with new scripture remembrance, because nobody knows what we talked about 2 weeks ago. Actually, it's actually 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Nobody knows what we talked about 3 weeks ago, and and nobody remembers the scriptures, so no worries. Special shout out today to Kamari, who gave me the inspiration for today's lesson. Everybody give Kamari a round of applause.
Giving him a quick
And shout out to all of our friends out there, and shout out to, I hate this camera. I mean, I like the camera, but
Shout out to Handy Cam.
I'm sorry, it just is
shout out to
irritating
hate
me.
the camera. No, I think she's saying shout out so we can hate the camera.
Perfect.
I think I know what she meant. I think she said
It's okay.
I
See,
think
now
she's
I'm still not there.
saying,
It hates me.
I think she's saying shout out to hate the camera.
I'm gonna
Shout out
shout
to
out.
the camera.
Yeah.
You guys don't hate this, you guys don't like to give shout outs to hate the camera?
Yeah.
I think I know what might work.
I think
Look
I
what
know.
cool the wiggle
I think I know what might work. So
No, I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna move it more.
I can see.
I forget which was cool.
But see, then we
I
lose
can
all
see
of
my
you
room
guys.
from here.
That's not it either.
other March 19th.
I heard. We're flying.
It's like we got all of you and then none of me.
Yeah.
What if I sit on this side? On a piece like this. Is that okay?
No.
No?
Yes, it is.
Okay, we're gonna scoot tape back. Everybody get up.
Captain Morgan. Come here, kick me.
Get up, Kamari. Get your chair up.
Uh-oh.
What happens if we scoot it all the way back and then it zooms in?
Okay. I'm going against the wall. Kamari, I'll go against the wall.
I need to know how much is the cream.
I scoot
I'm dangerous man.
Okay.
Now Wilson can't be seen.
Wilson needs to go back and sit over there.
Can't say.
Ow, my knee.
Can't say. Okay.
Wilson, come
Where's
sit here.
Kenzie?
Kenzie?
Kenzie, you're all the way back.
No,
Kane.
you gotta sit, you can sit right there on the edge of the bench. Okay, alright. So, today we're gonna talk about living our life in moderation.
Okay.
Who thinks they know what the word moderation means?
No,
Sit down. I said who thinks they know, not who thinks they don't know what the word moderation means. So if you know the word moderation means, raise your hand as high as you can.
No sé lo que estás diciendo.
That's not what I said. So we're gonna go with Kenny because Kenny, not only did he raise his hand appropriately, he also was very quiet and he was very respectful and very knowledgeable. So Kenny, what is moderation?
Moderation,
Louder.
I think moderation can be like changing everything.
Changing everything? What do you mean? Give me an example.
Like if you're in sin, you're gonna change and be good.
Okay.
Eso es bueno.
What does that mean?
Cracking eggs.
Kamari, what do you think moderation is?
¿Qué piensas?
Moderation.
Louder, so I can hear you.
Moderation sounds like adding,
Moderation sounds like adding.
No.
or making things in a different way.
Okay.
Ooh,
Ariel, what do you think moderation? Well, Amir, shh. Louder, talk.
Moderation. The first thing, moderate sounds like modest, so I guess being modest.
Okay. And Wilson, did you want to say something? What do you want to say?
I think moderation means like making something.
To make something? Okay.
To modify something.
Go to modify something. Can you go grab my cell phone off the desk, please? Thank you. Amir, did you want to add? Okay. So moderation is to stay away from excess or extremes.
What is that?
Hold on, I'll wait for Ariel. Come on, Ari.
Keep it.
They're right there on the desk. Let's go.
No, I wouldn't say that. What?
Let's
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so staying away, moderation is to stay away from excess or extreme. So it means you can have something, right? But you have to use them with wisdom. Even good things can turn into bad things if we don't use them in moderation. So can now tell me what moderation means in your words, somebody?
I didn't understand that thing.
So it means to, when you have something, that you have to use it with wisdom, right? Just because you have something doesn't mean you can just do whatever you
Yeah,
want.
because I do whatever I want to this table.
Yeah, like you can have a table, right?
Yeah, and
But
I'm
if
gonna
If you stand the table up on two legs and then slide down it, is that really a good thing to do with your table?
No.
I'm not coming to your house. Kamari, go ahead.
Like, you can have money, but don't spend all your money
Like what
on
they
one
did,
day.
Here. Go ahead, Kamari.
You can't just spend all your money on one day. You should save up.
You should save it, right? So spending your money in moderation, that's a good one, Kamari. Anybody else want to use their own, talk about moderation in their own words? Amir.
That you don't spend your money like yesterday. I mean, Thursday. I worked for a money whole morning, and the other day I spent it on in treats.
In treats, did you eat all the treats too? Okay, yeah. So 1 Corinthians,
Primer.
First Corinthians chapter what?
chapter 6,
Chapter 6,
verse 12. Okay, I think Kamari had that one. Go ahead, Kamari. Okay, stop that.
All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not
Expedient.
expedient. All things are
Mm-hmm.
lawful for me, but I will be brought under the power of any.
So this is the Apostle Paul saying that he can do all kinds of things, right? But just because he can do something doesn't mean it's good for him. And then he can do all things, but he's going to be the one in control, right? So we're going to start talking about some of these examples. Who can tell me a good thing that turns bad when you overdo it?
Make.
Kamari.
Well, number one.
Loud enough so I can hear you.
You're gonna hurt my foot.
A good thing of doing it is like baking something.
Baking something?
Maybe you bake a cake. But
Okay.
when you overdo a cake in some type of ingredient, it messes up the whole cake.
Yeah, to make it more on topic. If you bake a whole cake, just because you bake a whole cake doesn't mean you have to eat the whole cake,
Yeah,
right?
you have to.
No, you don't have to eat it.
Yeah, I do that. I'm like, if you're making fun of something, you sometimes can overdo it, and people like don't like it.
Yeah, like, so say I was like, ha ha ha, look at your drawing, that's silly. But I was like, look at your drawing, it looks like this, blah, blah, blah. And I just went on for 5 minutes. At first you might think it's funny, then you probably get upset, and then everybody's gonna be like, you're killing it, you're boring now. Like, it's not that fun. Good one, Kenny. Wilson, you have one?
Don't even tell me.
You have one? Ariel, do you have one? What about water, right? Water is good for you. Water is great for you. Everybody needs water to live.
Not me.
But what happens if you drink too much water?
You
Yeah.
go pee in the night 700 bajillion times.
You do go pee in the night 700 bajillion times. Ariel.
It's like somebody that overeats.
Yeah, like somebody will, yes,
If
we just had and say we're
But
talking about
you
water.
drown.
So you drown, yes. If you drink too much water, you can actually drink so much water that you have too much water in your body and essentially your organs drown. So you have more water than you have blood, and that's bad for you. Ariel talked about somebody who overeats, right? You can eat, we eat every day, right? But there's a certain time, when should you stop eating?
When you get full.
When you get full, that's
I
right.
seen this kid where he has
Okay, so Proverbs chapter 25, verse 16.
Robert?
Proverbs, is this my, I think you have my new Bible.
Proverbs chapter what?
Proverbs chapter
This is
what?
my new Bible.
Proverbs chapter what?
Go put on this, there's no.
Proverbs chapter what?
25, verse 16. No, because you guys are horrible with Bibles, and I just found it.
Found it.
You got it? Okay, go ahead, Wilson.
What I had when the wicked.
No, Proverbs 25, chapter 25. There's no Bible over there?
Proverbs 25.
That's the one that migrates all the pages out.
Okay, go ahead, Wilson, go get it.
There is no.
Are we taking turns? Chapter 16.
Have
Thou, thou, sufficient,
for thee.
lest thou,
Herewith.
yes, hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomited. So honey's a good thing, right? Like the Almighty created honey, it's like a medicine. Like if you have a cut and you put honey on it because it has like microorganisms, it will like actually help your cut heal faster.
Like-
if you're sick, you can use honey to help you get better. If you have allergies, you can use your honey to feel better.
What we did last time when we went to Russia, I took down a honey thing.
You tripped on a honey.
I know,
on a
I
bee
chopped
stem?
it, and dropped on a creek and died. All the bees.
Yeah. Because
Uh-oh.
me and Kenny were like, no,
Okay, no stories. All right, right? But here in the Bible, it says even in the Bible, right, that if we have too much honey, what's gonna happen?
We're gonna die.
You're gonna vomit, right? You're gonna get sick.
No, die.
It doesn't say die. So who can tell me something that's fine to do, but if you overdo it, it's bad? Ariel already said one. She said eating. What's
Drinking.
Drinking, right? Drinking alcohol, right? So the Bible tells us that we can use wine for our infirmities. If you're sick, if you don't feel good, you can use wine to feel better. You can use wine because you just don't like the way it tastes. But if you overdo it, then you get what? What happens when you get drunk? And that's a sin, right? Kamari, what's another one?
Watching TV.
Watching TV, that's a great one. So you can watch TV, but what happens if you watch TV all day long, every day of the week?
You lose your brain. You lose your brain cells.
Play Xbox.
And then soon you'll get addicted to it, and you won't be able to stop.
Okay, now what were you gonna say?
That's all.
You'll go blind. Yeah, it does. It can affect your vision. Yes, Wilson.
Like having too much money.
Having too much money, yeah, because when people have too much money,
They
then
stop.
all they want to.
They stop serving the Most High.
A lot of times they stop serving the Most High. That's why it tells us that it's hard for a rich man to enter into the kingdom because
They
when
need less because they're trying to save their money.
some of them spend it all crazy because they just have so much of it, but they're always seeking to get more of it. But when you have so much money, you feel like you don't need the Most High because I'll just use my money to get what I need.
About the honey, if you eat too much, you're gonna be like too sweet and stuff.
I think too, when you eat too much of something, that you can actually become allergic to it.
What?
Yeah.
Because my father, he ate a bunch of strawberries one time, and then all of a sudden he broke out in a rash, and then ever since then he was never able to eat strawberries again. So I think that sometimes your body, when you overdo things, your body's like, oh, we've had enough, right?
Hey, we didn't say our name. The introduction.
We didn't introduce ourselves. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start at that end. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
That is.
No, you.
No, that.
You. Come on. Who are you today?
Mr. Blue.
Mr. Blue, even though you're wearing red. All right, everybody. This is Mr. Blue who's wearing red. Okay.
You didn't ask me how my week was.
Oh, how was your week, Mr. Blue? I'm sorry, Mr. Blue. I'm sorry. I'm so rough, you guys. I'm so rough. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't judge me.
Judge you.
All right, Mr. Blue, who's wearing red. How was your week?
Good.
Oh, why was your week good, Mr. Blue, who's wearing
Because
red?
I'm alive.
Because you're alive. Hey, there you go. Hallelujah. All right. What's your name? Okay, can you sit up and speak up, Sunset, so they can hear you?
My name's Sunset.
Okay,
My week
Sunset.
was good.
All right, thank you, Sunset. Why was your week good?
I get to find out myself, but then you left.
Sit up and speak up.
I had a great week this week because my dad was here, but then he left. I was sad.
Okay. And what's your name, Cutie Patootie?
Ew, what's a patootie?
It's a shh. What's your name, Cutie Patootie? Huh?
Flower.
Flower. Okay, you look like a flower. And how was your week, Flower? Why was your week good, Flower? Because you got to play with Gabby. That was pretty cool. You guys had fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whisper Kid. What's your name?
My name.
Look, you had 3 people to figure out what your name was, Whisper Kid.
I told
Dragon Prince.
Dragon Prince. Okay, Dragon Prince. How was your week?
Tragic.
It was tragic. Wow.
What's
Tragic.
Tragic is like something that's really horrible. Okay.
My
wow.
uncle died.
That is tragic. I'm sorry. Are you messing with us?
No, my uncle died on Monday. Then they buried him on Wednesday.
I'm sorry that your uncle passed away. That is pretty tragic.
I'm not messing with him.
Okay. You boy that's wearing blue and white and blue. Is your name Kid Red, but you're wearing blue?
Dragon Prince 2.
Oh Lord. So we have Dragon Prince. So we got Dragon Prince and Dragon Prince 2. Okay, Dragon Prince 2. Dragon Prince 2. How was your week?
My week was tragic.
Oy vey. Why was your week tragic? Dragon. Blah, blah, blah. Why was your week tragic? Dragon Prince 2.
Because my dad left and I just made this
Okay, so Dragon Prince 2 this week was tragic, just like Dragon Prince, because his dad left and he heard a super sad story from Dragon Prince 1. So that just intensified his tragicness of his own week.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
You know,
And
West.
last but not least, in the corner we have.
My name is Kenny, and my week was good because we went camping and I came back yesterday.
Okay. Thank you for being normal. Everybody give Kenny a round of applause for being himself today.
Boo, let's get boo.
Where did you go camping at, Kenny?
What's the roof plan?
We went, I don't know if you know this place named Chaville.
No, never. Where's that at? What district?
It's by going.
It's where they make shad.
It's by Mosquitoville, but not way over there, not in
Yeah, they have
way to go to Mosquitoville.
So it's over by Kentucky.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Man, I wonder how many
Kenny?
mosquitoes they got there.
I thought the same thing. I was like, who would name some place Mosquitoville? But Kenny always gets to do cool stuff. Kenny's always like camping and like going cool places. I want to be like Kenny when I grow up.
Okay.
I'm shaping his body.
You're already growing up.
Okay, well I'm gonna get younger so that I can grow up and be like Kenny. Alright. So back to what we were talking about. So yes, I have Ephesians 5 and 18. You guys don't have to go there since we already said drinking. We already talked about it. But it says, and be not drunk with wine wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. So what's one thing that you guys have overdone and regretted it?
Murder.
You guys saved me. What's wrong with Dragon Prince? What's wrong with these children? Okay. Moving on past him. What's one thing you've done, Kenny, the only normal person here, that regretted it? Dragon Prince, please put your feet on the floor so not.
Regretted it?
Yeah, you did something and you overdid it and you regret it. Stand up.
Eating and watching TV all day.
I've done both of those and regretted it. And then like I have a headache because I watched
No, he
TV.
shouldn't have said that worked on a Saturday.
You should worry about yourself and not say murdering people. Kamari, did you have something you wanted to
I
share?
murdered.
What did you want to share? Not goofy. Okay, mine is sleeping too long because then I slept too long and I thought I would feel better, but then when I got up, I was tired after I slept for a long time and I had a headache. What did you want to share, Wilson? I mean, Kid Blue, who's wearing red. Mr. Blue. What do you want to share, Mr. Blue? What's something you did one time and you overdid it and then you regretted it? I don't know how you overdid that, but yeah, I guess if I swallowed a barbell, I would regret that too.
Did you take it out? He swallowed a nut. And then my mother didn't take it out.
Kamari, what were you gonna share? It sounded good what you had said. I don't remember what you said, but it sounded good. What were you gonna share?
You really thought that was really good.
What did you share? What did you say?
Just saying.
I ate too many jalapenos and burned people up, so I technically murdered them by burning them.
Oh yeah, Kamari does things and then he farts and it's not nice.
I ate too many jalapenos. I built my
Alright.
friends and murdered people.
Okay, so have you guys ever heard the saying, if you give somebody an inch, they'll take a mile?
No, never.
What does that saying mean to you, Kamari? Sit up, please.
That means, if you give somebody something, sometimes they'll go with it for miles and longer with it than what you gave them.
Than what you gave them, right? An inch is just a little bit. Everybody show me an inch. An inch is like this much.
No, like this much.
No,
It's
it's
the
like the
inch
size.
of your thumb.
It's like the size of a paperclip, right? But a mile is like yards and yards and yards and yards. A mile's like an American football field. I think. No, that's not a mile. That's an acre. I don't know, but a mile's a lot, right? So if I give somebody this much and they go a mile, that's a lot more than
Miles
like,
from here to like Kyle.
something like that.
From
That's a lot more than I've given them, right?
No.
So it's when you give somebody something, when you give somebody something and they do excess with it, they go overboard with it.
Hey, I want to say something.
Some
Yes,
people,
sir.
oh,
Hold on, Amir raised his hand.
Hey, my name.
I mean, King, Kid, Dragon, King.
Dragon Prince.
Karate, Dragon Prince. Prince Dragon. Dragon Prince wants to say something. Go ahead, Dragon Prince.
Okay, that if you give somebody a penny, they'll bring back like a mind full of pennies.
If you tell somebody they can use their crowns and use your crowns and then they like use them all and they break them all, can you stop doing that to September please before you rip it off the wall? And they use your crowns all up and they break them all up, right? Is that what you gave them your crowns to do?
No.
No, right? So it's like I gave you my crowns and you ruined them. Yes, Ariel. I mean, yes, Rainbow Flower, Sunset.
Sunset.
Sunset, yeah, sunshine, sunshine. Yes, sunshine.
It's sunset.
Sunset, okay, yes, sunset.
It's about the thing that you do.
Okay, uh-huh.
I believe.
What?
Sometimes.
I can't hear you, you have to sit up. Talk to them.
Sometimes I hear that if my stomach it starts hurting and then
Sit up, yes, sometimes you overeat. Okay, Kenny.
Yeah, sometimes one time at my school I gave somebody my crayons. He said he was lending it, but then he just said he was lending it, but not. He just grabbed it like making fun of me. He broke it all. He threw it on top of me, and I just grabbed him and broke.
That was not very nice of him. Wilson, Kid Blue.
Mr. Blue.
Kid Blue.
Mr.
Okay. Like you give somebody an orange and they come back eating an apple. And bag full of orange.
Yeah, you like, oh, you can go get one orange and they go grab like a whole bag of them. Like I said, you could have one, not a whole bag. Oh, weird. Dragon Kid.
Dragon Prince.
Dragon Prince.
I mean, French dragon right now.
Dragon Prince.
One.
Okay, like if you send Ariel on a trip, she has to bring like 10 gifts for me. Because I give her one, she has to bring me triple the amount.
That's not what it means. That's like if I have a cookie and I say you can have a piece of my cookie and you take the whole cookie, like I only gave you a little bit and you took too much, right? Okay.
That mild thing is actually used a lot in a bad way instead of using it a good way.
No, it's not used in a bad way. It's never used in a good way.
And
Alright.
what one more thing, and then like you know how if you steal something from somebody, how you have to bring back sevenfold.
Something like that,
Oh, I know. If like, let's say if Maury sent one of my ox, he has to give me 7 oxen.
That's not what it's saying. It's
Excuse
just
me,
talking
when
about
I
when
say
some-
Bible remembrance, I know the word, but that's
Okay, we're moving on. We're past that, right? Okay. So why do you think the Almighty wants us to exercise self-control in our eyes, whether in dealing with food or with people?
It's food and people.
No. Why do you think the Almighty wants us to have self-control?
Because if we don't have self-control,
Louder.
if we don't have self-control, then we won't be able to serve Him. If we don't have self-control, then we won't be able to know how to handle the real world. Because if we eat too much and we just keep eating, then we're gonna get fat or obese. Yeah. And then
Okay.
And eating, like if you get full and you continue eating, that's like, God doesn't like that.
Yeah, it's called blood. He wants us to be like Him. The Almighty is balanced because He wants us to be the same as He is. He is not a cruel Father. He is loving and He is patient. Even when He does pass judgment, it's after a long season after He says, "Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that," and then sometimes He passes judgment, right? But even when He passes judgment, is His punishment really harsh? No, it's within
what you did.
It's based on what you did, right? It's within reason, right? Just like
Ariel, like he had to break my foot.
okay.
I had my friend Henry.
Okay. So Paul said it best. Go to 1 Corinthians.
First one is it?
Yep. Chapter 9, verse 27. Sit down, please. 1 Corinthians. There you go. Chapter 9,
Verse 7.
27.
No, 27.
Yes, sir.
7.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Amir.
Okay.
I mean, Prince, King, Prince, Dragon, Prince.
Dragon.
I got it.
That I keep under my body and bring into the subjection less than by any means when I have preached to others, I myself shall be a castaway.
Right? But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. So Paul says he keeps his body in control. So that when he's telling other people about the gospel, right, that he's not a hypocrite. Yah's not a hypocrite. He's not a liar. He won't tell us to do one thing and then do something else, right? So it's important that we do the same thing. Please sit up, kid blue wearing red. So another reason that it's important that we live our lives in moderation is because we want to avoid things like addiction. We kind of talked about it a little bit, right? We talked about being addicted to some things. Proverbs, chapter 25, verse 28. Proverbs.
I can find Proverbs.
Chapter 25, verse 28.
Chapter 25.
You and Ariel, I know, I stole it. You and Ariel both raised your hand at the same time.
Verse 28.
Yes, we're going to go with Kamari because he was sitting down. Stop it.
He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that has no broken down and without walls.
Right, a city that is broken down without walls, is that a good city?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Why did they put walls around the city?
So that no one could, so that they don't attack them.
Yeah, so they're protected, right? So if they have a city that has no walls and is all broken down, then is that a good thing?
No.
Yes.
So if you can't control your spirit, you're like somebody who's without protection. So what are some things that people are
Because
addicted
the
to?
devil could easily just come at you.
Yep.
Like you're praying and after you start broke, then after you start drinking.
Yeah. What are some things people are addicted to? Raise your hand.
Drinking.
Thank you for not raising your hand.
Yeah, I raised my hand.
Stop. Kenny, good job, Kenny. I really like the way your behavior today. I'm impressed.
Like playing video games all day or drinking.
People do get addicted to video games. They get
That's
addicted to
what
alcohol.
Kenny's gonna do. That's
Worry about yourself. Well, all we're doing is talking about things that people are addicted to. What is something that somebody's addicted to?
Mr. Butter.
Huh? Cigarettes?
I was gonna say something about Kenny that.
Don't say something about me. Say something about me or worry about yourself.
No, it's nothing. That
We're talking about things that people are addicted
That's
to.
right.
Just name one thing that people are addicted to. That's it. Sugar. Mine is sugar. People
He's
are addicted to
addicted to phone. Me not.
Okay, people get addicted to phones the same way they get addicted to video games. They actually create television, like things on your phone, games. They create them so that you become addicted to them. Kamari, did you want to add something that people are addicted to? What?
They're addicted to hurting people.
Hurting people? Yeah. Some people could be like addicted to like working out. Like, and is working out bad?
No,
But you have to do it in moderation. What happens if you work out too much?
because then your muscles can't heal.
Yeah, you actually end up breaking down your body. That's right. So, something else. Sorry. Another thing.
Salt. That's mine. Salt is mine.
Salt is addicting. Ariel, go ahead and go to your room, sweetheart. We don't need that. If you're gonna be here, just because you didn't get to read something, it's okay. The rule is raise your hand quietly and be sitting. Right? Is that the rule? Okay. Were you sitting? Huh? No, you weren't sitting because you sat down. And did you raise your hand quietly? You did do that, but you weren't sitting, right? So another thing is gluttony. We already slightly talked about gluttony. Who can tell me what gluttony is?
Me, but I don't know what it is.
Okay, kid blue and red. Kamari, what is gluttony?
When you eat too much and even though your body says it's enough.
Yes.
But sometimes you don't really know that you're glutting because you eat too fast.
Yep, that's the other thing. They say eat slower. That way your body has time to process the food and you know exactly when you're full.
Sometimes I eat too fast and when I tell my aunt told me slow down. Nobody's telling you to hurry.
Yeah, nobody's gonna
Or
say
like
your
one of
food.
those eating, or one of
something.
Or
I eat
one
my
of those-
food when I eat my food in morning or dinner. I I always eat it like in the 7 minutes.
Yeah, that's too fast. Oh wait, that's how I was actually eating the food you guys brought us the other day. Oh, that food was so good. I was like,
Which one?
Yeah, that's how I was the pasta and the rice and beans and the stewed chicken with the guacamole. Your daddy brought it for
Oh,
us.
that?
That was so good. Okay, so
The
Proverbs.
next thing, it's not like you're in one of those eating shows where they have a huge all the
Yeah, the eating contest. All right, Proverbs, chapter 23, verse. I didn't say Proverbs. You could have been. Okay, you are.
Proverbs chapter
You gonna raise your hand?
verse what?
Verse 2. Go ahead, Ariel.
And put night into her throat if thou be a man given
Give it to appetite.
Okay, so it says, put a knife to your throat if you be a man given to appetite. That's pretty serious, right? Like if you're a glutton, it says put a knife to your throat, like kill yourself. I don't think nobody likes gluttony, right? So another thing that people overdo is chasing money. Kamari already talked about this. Having money isn't bad, right? But being obsessed, I think actually it was kid blue wearing red. Having money is not a bad thing, but when you overdo it, right? When you're always seeking money, when you're stingy with your money, what else are some bad things? Stingy means like you don't want to share. Like the Almighty blesses us so that we can bless others. But there's some people who are rich and they don't ever want to share their money. They'll watch somebody starve to death even though they have money to share.
I was gonna say like, give me your money.
Yeah. They even take. Rich people, it seems like they have like an insatiable appetite for just gaining more money, more power. Like nothing's enough for them. Like Donald Trump was so rich and then he's like, no, that's still not enough. I want to become president. Kenny.
Like some people say, I want more money, and they already have enough, and they rob people or rob banks.
They'll do anything to get it. That's right. Go ahead, Kamari. I mean, Dragon Prince.
Dragon
Dragon. I'm sorry, Dragon Prince.
Dragon Prince
Dragon Prince 2.
It wasn't really about money, but it was more like the scriptures, like how God gives us little because if we know too much, then we'll wait. And like you know how it said, put a knife to your throat. They'll literally put a knife to their throat, or don't cut off your left hand because you don't want to what, right? Like that.
Put a
They'll
knife to
really-
the throat.
Yeah, put the knife to the throat and they'll actually kill themselves, or they'll cut off their hand.
Well, he only gives us what we can handle, right? Because some people, he already knows, like if I give you too much, then you're gonna overdo it and you're gonna end up going to like a fire. Yes, Dragon Prince 1.
I was gonna say that put the knife to the throat means that if you see something that you used to eat when you were a sinner, like you want to eat it, but that knife is like gonna tell you, I'm gonna kill you if you eat it.
That's actually a really good understanding. I never looked at it like that. Good job, Amir. Dragon Prince 1. Okay, so Gia said video games can be addicting. And yes, that's very true.
Yes, it is.
Right. So we're going to go to Timothy, 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 10. 1 Timothy. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
And then
And then in Timothy.
1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 10.
I can't find
I'm very impressed with you guys today. I thought you guys were good.
1 Timothy what?
Chapter 6, verse 10. I'm impressed with all you guys. You guys' behavior is very good today. Okay, Ariel, go ahead.
For the love of money is the root of all evil, which dwells from coveted after they have erred from faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Right? Some people, actually, a lot of people, you're like, oh, the money is evil, money is evil, money is evil. Is that what the scripture says?
No, it says use money as a defense.
It does say use money as a defense. It says the love of money is evil, right? But money is not evil because we need money to do what? Survive. But
Like
when you
get the
Because even salt was money back then.
salt was money. So you have to have money to survive, but when you overdo it, right? When you don't have money within moderation, that's when it's bad. Yes,
I wouldn't want salt to be money.
you wouldn't want it or you would?
I would.
So y'all wants what's best for us. living a balanced life with moderation, where we can enjoy things that he has given us, but we don't overdo it. This is where the blessings are. Proverbs 11:1.
Proverbs 11. Miss Whitney, I don't have Proverbs 11.
Oh, I stapled this backwards.
Miss Whitney,
I stapled.
my pages was ripped
I'm
from it.
sorry, baby.
Where could I look at it? 11 what?
11:1.
11:1.
But I had it first. But my page was ripped.
Either me or Mayor had it first.
Go ahead and read it, Kenny.
Chapter 11, verse 1.
Yes.
False balance is abomination to God, but a just weight is his delight.
Yes. So the Almighty doesn't like false balances. A false balance, if you think of a scale, right? And then a scale, if you put something too much on one side goes down and the lighter side goes up, right? So he doesn't like false balances. He likes when everything is equal and everything is just. And that's the way he wants us to live our life. So this is actually going to be our scripture remembrance for today. All right? So
Chapter 11, verse 1.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 1.
That's easy
And-
with me.
Huh?
Easy.
That's okay. So then next week, everybody's going to get a candy, right? Because it's easy.
What if nobody knows if you're gonna be sick?
Most I will and won't be sick. Okay, so I need, Kamari, I want you to go put the Bibles away.
Yes, ma'am.
Amir, you and Wilson, I want you to move this table over to the other side of the kitchen.
Can he do it?
Bibles here.
Kenny and Ariel. Wilson, sweetheart, he's already on the side. You gotta go on that side. Go on that side. No, I'm just gonna pick it up and walk it over.
Yeah.
What's a project?
You're gonna see in a second.
Oh, wait, so my little might be will drop.
Okay, here, Ariel, grab that chair right there. Can you stop
Right
before you
here?
mess it up? Yep, you put it right here. You can leave that bench there, Kenny.
Please, we ain't gonna play the music.
No, we're not playing musical chairs.
After this, something musical chairs.
Yep.
Excuse me.
We're gonna put this here.
Limbo.
Kamari, can you go get the Legos?
Oh, we're not
Put the
playing
Legos in here.
Oh, I know what we're playing.
Limbo.
Limbo.
No, we're not playing limbo.
We're gonna play
We're not doing limbo.
No, you cheated.
Excuse me.
Like these are excuse.
We have a scale. What happened, Kamari?
Wow.
Let's see if Kamari's okay.
What are you finding?
Oh, mine's doing ballet.
Trap mosquitoes?
That's the trap fishes.
Fishes.
Well,
Okay, Ariel, grab this side because we gotta
I'm
move
a
back some.
pecker.
You can look at it.
Grab that side.
Excuse me, Mr. Nick. We brought the hose in. We brought the hose in.
Okay. Everybody grab 5 Legos. Everybody grab 10 Legos.
Okay. It's a 1, 2.
While they do
Ariel,
that,
thank you for pushing.
So this is just a simple little scale that I made. It's just obviously out of a hanger. On one side of the hanger, I have a cup with where I hole punch, and on the other side of the hanger, I have another cup that I hole punch. Okay, I said 10.
Wait, I don't have 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wait, I don't have 7. I have 10.
Okay.
I have 10.
Stop.
I just got started because Ariel pushed
Just,
us.
it's okay. It's fine. Okay. Stop. You don't know what I'm gonna ask you to do. Come stand out the way.
Now we
Okay.
got 10.
Now you need to put yours here and count 10. Ariel, put 5 Legos in one cup and put 5 Legos in the other cup. That's 5 and 5. Oh, looks like Ariel is balanced. Is Ariel balanced? Actually,
No, she's not balanced.
it's not. She's not balanced. Let's see if I do this on the string.
No, she's not balanced.
Let me put that. I need to put this on the string.
This is 10.
You got 10.
No, it's not. It's moving.
That's because I'm moving it. Can you see it? You can't see it in the camera. do you guys think?
This, not that. Hey, stop
Her
moving me.
sin, her sin is too unbalanced. Her sin is too unbalanced.
Stop, Ariel. Okay. Alright, Ariel, take your Legos out. You guys can move up the way, stand on that side.
Her sin is greater than her.
Hey, get out of the way, please.
Her faith.
Yeah.
I'll go stand over there, I'll call you over one at a time. You guys will walk this way.
Yes, this is going.
You just tear the whole thing up, huh?
Yeah.
You're on balance, you might tear the whole thing up.
You are such a friend.
You guys stand on that side, stand on that side.
And the first one is Leonard.
Okay, come on, Nava. Put 5 on this side. Okay, put 5 on this side.
I already have 10 plus extra minutes.
Looks like this side's a little bit heavier than that side. Good
Yeah.
job. I said I'll call you over here. Go stand on that side.
I'm second to
Good
the
job, Nava.
Hey man, I want
Okay.
you. I want
Kenny is next.
You stole
No,
it.
I'm next.
No, Kenny, I said I'm calling. Kenny was already here. Go over there. Come over here. Come this way, Kenny.
This side over here.
Yeah, come on this side.
Can't tie ya.
Stand over there. I'll call you.
5.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You definitely aren't balanced. This one's all wrapped up. Hold on. There we go. Kenny is not balanced.
He's going this way.
Yeah, this side right here is heavier. Okay.
Your sin's greater than
You're standing in front of the camera. Back up. Come on, Wilson. Nava, watch out, baby. Wilson, you gotta come on this side because you're standing in front of the camera. Nava, go. That looks pretty balanced. Wilson he looks like he's doing all right. Okay. He got little Legos.
That's me.
No, stop. Everybody over here, go over there. Nava, go. Kenny, go. Wilson, go. Come on, Amir, come all the way around. Well, Amir, come all the way around.
2.
It's like a little right here. I think Amir did it. I think Amir is pretty balanced.
Yes, I'm balanced.
Get out of here. Come on, nope. Come all the way around.
6073181.
Go in here. Is the phone on your hand? There's 2 phones right there. Ooh, it's okay. That's fine.
Yep,
Go
so
put them
what
on.
is it called?
Go put on the counter. It's enough.
4.
Oh, you guys are trying to like weigh it out slowly. I think this side is heavier though. No, you don't think so?
No, this side's heavier.
It looks like this side's a little bit heavier. You
Go.
guys are in the way. You guys are in the way. Okay. Well, that was our project for today.
Seriously?
Yeah. I mean, you guys can keep playing with it. I don't care. But
Okay.
it was just for us to experiment making a scale. I hope you guys have fun at
Wait,
home.
I want them
Use
to
this
see.
scale for a bunch of different things. What are you gonna do? Watch out, Nava. So Ariel's gonna do another one. What are you doing, Kenny? Watch out, Nava. Ariel, you are so unbalanced right now. You're still unbalanced. You're way off balance. Huh?
I went through the whole entire box and chose every single block.
Well, it's way more. Alright, guys, you have a great Sabbath. I love you to y'all back.
And just
I put more in there.
no, I took it out.
Oh, Shabbat Shalom.
I always take
Amen. Something's on me.
Excuse me.
look, these are the same blocks that I chose. Look, I went through the whole entire